Like any other individual, human being, plant, animal, thing, or even the spirit. Like most anything, I've got things going on that I don't like to talk about. Saw a sermon today that spoke on how these things, thoughts, can consume you and even become more powerful than prayer. I can admit that every time I went to do this today, I found something else to do. Even if it was scroll Amazon for no reason, fill a cart with $400 worth of items when I barely have $4 to my name. I wonder why we have the tendency to do things like that. I think it comes from guilt or shame. Not wanting to admit shortcomings or downfalls. Or simply not wanting to talk about problems because there's so many of them. But not talking about them is what allows them to pile up. And when they begin to pile up, that is what paves way, opens doors, cracks windows, leaves an opening for your consumption. Well, let me rephrase that. For the consumption of your well-being, your best self, enlightenment, elevated moods, positivity, all that. I would say it gets eaten up. But it's not even like it's saved or filed or referenced to at all again. So it's more like oh, if only you can see how I got this phone held up. Anyway, it's more like being thrown down a garbage disposal. All those good attributes, those positivities, those well-beings, those best foot forwards, the elevation, the upper echelon of moods. Is wasted when we do things like I did today. Procrastinate, avoidance. Place what you consider important or the little things that you do throughout your day to give yourself a boost. Placing those things on the back burner because you have more important things to do. Scorches the pot and burns the meal. It's not like you're placing it on the warmer. You're placing it on the back burner. And if you have more important things to do, you're not about to watch the stove. Because after all the more important things to do are done, you're not only left with the very thing you were running from, but that as well as suppression of feelings or emotions or solutions. To give yourself a rest, to quit running, to face it, to solve it, to deal with it, to confront it, whatever it may be. Suppression forms of negativity. So you have your issue, everything you suppress about it, as well as negativity at the end of the day. Some people sleep that off. Some people keep avoiding. Some people face it head on or eventually. Or if you're like me, you find more things to do until your mind can't take it anymore and your body is exhausted. And eventually you black out. I would say pass out, but you black out. Your body shuts down on you, even if you don't want it to, because it needs rest. Your mind is what operates your body. So if you think your body's tired, oh boy. Imagine all the wear and tear. Or not. Or not. I started to imagine it and my head started hurting. So don't imagine that. Because it's pretty obvious. You don't have to imagine it. Oh, common sense. I don't think there's anything common about it besides conformity. I've always been told that I lack common sense. And honestly, I don't think I want it. I'm already different. Piling on uncommon senses I don't have time to be common. I just need to make time to find calm. Less calamity, more clarity. Less avoidance, more adornment. I have so much I want to share, but I've been diving in so deep with my spiritual studies that I'm falling behind on my school studies. Don't shrug your shoulders. I should care. The subject just depresses me. Every time I log on, it's like... But I have to keep on keeping on until April, when I can start my new major. Things should be, I'm not even gonna say should, 'cause shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. And didn't, never did. Things should be a bit more graceful in the old think tank by then. I have this thing balancing on my foot, so if it's trembling, it's because my foot is tired of holding this awkward position. So, and it's that filter. Enough procrastination and enough Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. The way that's worded is pretty interesting. Isaiah 12:2.